must be about the five senses. That's what Gastro Nomica ME believes in. They believe in creating concepts that are differentiated, that are also localized, and I am extremely happy to be joined by Louay Moursel, Director of Operations for Gastro Nomica ME, with me on Retail ME TV's today. Thank you so much for joining me on Retail ME TV, Louay.
Thank you, Rupkata, for having me.
Such a pleasure.
And such a beautiful intro. I really liked how you started it. So thank you so much.
Well, let me take my starting point as what do you have, the restaurants that you have as part of Gastro Nomica ME. How many outlets? What's your presence like across the region today?
Yeah, well, if you allow me just to give you a quick snap over the company. So
absolutely.
How the company has started. So the company started 20 years back, but the R&D has started even ahead of time. So at 2003, the company was established, and our first restaurant has opened its doors in 2005.
Yeah.
The company has been positioned as a restaurant creator and operator across the entire region. We were well known and by developing world-class unique concepts, if I can say. Over the last 20 years, the company has developed up to 15 local homegrown brands with 45 plus locations operating across 6 countries in the region.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
What was the flagship restaurant concept, Louay?
The first one.
Yes.
The first one was Burger Boutique.
Okay.
And
I've heard a lot about Burger Boutique.
Yes.
Yes.
So Burger Boutique was the first concept, and it has the most presence across the entire region due to the brand equity, the popularity of the brand, and the convenience of the menu offerings of the brand itself.
Absolutely. And you just mentioned homegrown.
Yes.
And that's something I would like to spend the next few minutes on. When you look back to a decade ago versus now, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the homegrown restaurant business landscape?
Yes, so gladly that I had my experience almost for the last 18 years in the region.
Yeah.
I was jumping between Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Dubai, Qatar. I can say during the last 10 years, the most changes that I have seen or observed is the homegrown concepts. The growth of the homegrown concepts has become something very dominant, if I can say, in some areas. And also, they are creating a lot of disruptions, if I can say, when they are always coming with the new trends, setting the new trends. Everyone else is getting, disrupted. Especially, honestly speaking, I can see it in many locations. Even the global brands, they are feeling the pressure with them, be it restaurants, be it the coffee shops, you name it. So I think homegrown concepts have been doing a great job, and the days I can say that it's even getting to keep evolving for better and better.
Absolutely. There's as you rightly said, there's a lot of creativity, there's a lot of thought, there's a lot of localization and urge to sort of bring in narratives along with the food, stories along with the food. And going back to the roots, literally. Absolutely. We see so many of these concepts right now, and some of which you have as part of your portfolio.
Yes.
Now, the next thing is having, operating in so many markets right now. You're headquartered in Kuwait, you operate in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. What are some of the typical opportunities and challenges of each market?
Well, coming from an experience over the last 2 decades, we believe that the challenges are becoming opportunities purely for us, honestly speaking. Why? I'll tell you why. Always when you build a new business or you start a new startup, there will be a lot of learnings, failures, setbacks. So since we have crossed this path, I can say that right now we are having so many edges comparing to others. The infrastructure is very solid, okay? The ecosystem that we have built around our operation, around our business, is helping us to have a better data-driven decision, deja vu scenarios. So those are, becoming coming from the experience, from the know-how. So we are always going back to look at a certain case that happened in certain markets and get what we have done wrong or right to avoid it in our new steps or on our new projects. So that's why I think that the opportunities are a lot, and one of them is most dear to my heart is the company is becoming like a destination for talents who are
that's very important.
Eager to come and embark on the journey with us, and that's something I'm really proud about it, and that's how we are right now differentiating ourselves, because as you know, Rukata, our business is purely a human reliant business. If we talk about AI, we talk about technology integrations, that's great, that's good, but we have always to remember at the end of the day, when you come into the door in the restaurant, you want a beautiful smile, a passionate person standing there, welcoming you, taking you to your table and completing your experience.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Human touch remains the crucial central focus for any restaurant business, I would think.
True.
You've spoken about a lot of opportunities. And you've spoken about how challenges have become opportunities for you. But have you faced a challenge that was difficult to navigate?
The only challenge, I think, during the last 5 to 10 years, I think everyone agree, was the pandemic. Honestly speaking, at the beginning, everyone was lost. No one was expecting such thing to happen in the world. Government were shocked. Big countries were locked. So as us, we were trying to understand what's going on, what's happening. So we had to adapt, we had to adjust. So I think this was the most or the biggest challenge that we have faced during the last couple of years.
Okay. Growth goals. What are your growth goals for 2025? What will Gastro Nomica look like? New brands?
Well, Gastro Nomica has so many ambitious plans. As I said, currently we operate across 6 countries with 45 locations plus. So the 2020...
Very quickly, how many brands taken together?
15 brands.
15 brands.
Yes, and our brands, Rukata, they are spanning between QSR, casual, upscale casual, and fine dining concepts. So this is the beauty about our portfolio. It's a very well diversified. So we can talk, we can speak to every customer's preferences or behaviors in every specific market. The 2025 goals are a lot. I will try to summarize it in 3 or 4. So first one is investing in our people. Frankly speaking, we have been working on a very heavy development programs for our people, because as I said previously, we are a people business industry. So that's the first goal. We need to develop further and further our people, to retain them and for them to be able to drive the business and the growth. Second one is definitely we need to do more integrations when it comes to technology and AI. Be it related to the operation, back of the house, front of the house, customers' experience. That's something we want to, in order to keep our decisions purely data driven and having some credibility when it comes to the data, apart from what we collect from our customers. Last not least is the expansion plan that we have ahead of us. So I can tell you that we are currently in the middle of developing new brands that are not tapped yet inside or within our portfolio. So this is something very interesting. Inshallah, we're coming with new brands that will again create some disruption, same what we have been doing over the years.
Very exciting.
Yes, and of course the growth, we're going to grow on both channels, the brick and mortar and the delivery. So delivery wasn't a big wish for us. COVID has changed our perception.
Yeah.
During the last 5 months, we've opened 6 new dark kitchens locations, and we have a very exciting plan for that also. So I think our goals are very, very smart. They are specific, measurable, and inshallah they will be achievable.
Yes,
inshallah.
And very exciting as well. With that, I move on to the rapid fire segment.
Okay.
And Louay, I'm going to start with a rather difficult question.
Yalla.
Your favorite restaurant from the Gastro Nomica portfolio?
Well, it's a very hard question. The most the most impressive success story, I would say, it's Slider Station.
Okay.
Slider Station in Kuwait, at some point, it was recognized one of the highest revenue per square meter in the world.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, this is a true.
Wow.
Actually, but maybe not everyone knows that.
Wonderful. What's that foodie destination that's on your wish list?
Outside of Kuwait or outside of our region? Well, Japan is on top of them.
Oh, wonderful. Speaking. Wonderful. Pizza or burger? Which one are you going to reach out to for your cheat meal?
Pizza.
Tea or coffee? Which one is your go-to morning beverage?
Coffee.
Okay. And last one, and we are going to focus on healthy eating habits. One tip.
Yep. So I have done some transformation into my eating habits over the last 12 years.
Okay.
I reached a point where I believe we as human, we should not restrict ourselves from anything.
Glad you say that.
To enjoy everything, but just in a very balanced way.
Yes, moderation.
I don't eat everything, literally everything.
Thank you so much, Louay, for joining me on Retail ME TV. What a fun conversation we've had. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.